Good evening, everybody, and welcome to UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. My name is Jacob Schmidt, joining you once again for another week of Spartan football action. Good contest on hand for you tonight, as both these teams are looking for their fourth and fifth win, respectively. Now, we are just about a few minutes away from game action, so we will bring you down to the field as we go ahead and get started. Welcome back to UCTV. Brief delay in connection, but we are back now. Just refresh your page. Immaculata is already down inside the 10-yard line as that one's handed off up to Jaden Drake Murray inside the 5-yard line. Immaculata is threatening with a score. That was the first play of the game, as Immaculata had gotten down there by way of the kickoff return by Micah Smith, who brought it inside the 10-yard line. Second and goal for the Spartans. Direct snap to Spilly. Spilly up the middle, fires himself inside, and he goes in relatively untouched for a Spartan touchdown. Immaculata leads 6-0 here. 2 plays, 1 score for the Spartans as Spilly knocks in yet another one on his season. I'll go through my opening monologue once again once we get to this kickoff. But I also got to forewarn you folks that I'm not going to have to rebuild the score. Oh, the scoreboard is now up. Looks just fine and dandy as Mitch Carr puts that one up through the middle, and it's good. Immaculata takes a 7-0 lead here. 11 minutes and 8 seconds, 52 seconds run off the clock here in the first quarter. Immaculata already boasts a quick 1-score lead. All right. Now we're back in business once again. Not sure what happened there, but we are ready to go here. Slide that scoreboard over just a little. Now we should be looking just fine. Welcome back, everybody, tuning into UCTV. If you missed the opening monologue, I'm not sure if it was heard, but Immaculata currently boasts a 4-2 record on the year. They won their first 3 games of the season, lost their last 2, and came back with a statement win at Hudson Catholic last week, 49-6. As for their opponent tonight, Snyder, head coached by Matt Gallo, they are 3-2 on the year. Started off with a loss, had 3 consecutive wins, and recently took a 35-0 beating against Shabazz last Thursday. So Immaculata is trying to keep the win streak going. Shabazz is trying to get off the Schneider is trying to get off the Schneid and get back with another win in the win column. They are faced with a bit of a difficult test, as Immaculata is early on the board within the first minute of the game. As the weeks go by, the nights get darker and darker, as we have already reached pretty much full darkness at Caven Point here, just a few breezy knots away from the Hudson River, Lady Liberty, and other sorts. And we're ready to go. Snyder's first play of the game is a long handoff up to the right side, immediately taken down by a host of Spartans, but there is a flag thrown, so we'll wait and see what that one is all about. I'm going to be quite honest with you folks. I do my best each and every game to present to you the roster and who's doing what in the game, but Snyder does not have a roster on NJ.com nor Max Preps, so probably just gonna have to refer to them by number. All right, but you know that's just what happens when we don't get those updates. nonetheless, looks like that flag was on Snyder, and I believe the Spartans have accepted the penalty, and that's going to push them back. Seems like it was a holding, so we're going to have 1st and 20 at Snyder's own 10-yard line. First official play now, barring a penalty for Snyder. 2 receivers out left, 1 running back in the backfield. Drops back, quick pass over the left side. That one is overthrown, incomplete. 2nd and 10, excuse me, 2nd and 20 coming up for Snyder. You know, we talk each week about the weather here because, you know, sometimes you gotta pass the time and give a little concession speech to the folks at home. This is definitely the first night of Spartan football where I would say it is a bit chilly. I'm not going to lie. You know, the hands, I can feel the digits. Pretty cool. And you know, it's off the Hudson River. It is very windy here, so we're gonna make do with it. Thankfully, we got the suit on. That one's handed over to the left side, trying to get to the outside edge is number 9 for Snyder, getting across towards the 15-yard line. Snyder's going to have. Welcome back here to UCTV. I'm sorry if you have to keep refreshing, but we have a 1st down for Snyder. So they break a couple tackles, and they're going to get about a good 5-yard gain there. 2nd and 5 coming up. Yeah, the connection here is just not ideal. So, like I said, we're just going to try our best to bring you everything as it comes along. We're gonna work through the troubles. You know, if you've been with us since last year, you know we're not all unfamiliar to technical difficulties here in the booth, but we make it work. So Snyder gets ready for their 2nd and 6. A little bit of a gun formation, a little bit of trickery. Handed off to the left back, up the middle for no gain. 3rd and 5 coming up for Snyder. Snyder got their first down of this drive by way of a offsides penalty from the Spartans, and you could hear Coach Colombo just yell out there to watch for the hard count, hoping no more Spartans jump off sides and give another free 1st down. As fake rolling out right, throwing a deep ball over the middle of the field, and that one is just out of the reach. Good play design there by Snyder, but they just did not have the means to come up with that one, and that's a 4th and 6 that they have coming up around their own 35-yard line. It looks like they have, they've swapped some players in and out on this field now, so it looks like they might be, in fact, sending this one away towards the Spartans, as Jacob Schmidt is back deep to receive for them. As they await on the snap. Weakly snapped over. That one was somehow not blocked, but able to get away cleanly. Gets a Snyder positive bounce, and it's going to come to rest at the Spartan 32-yard line. Spartans are going to take over for their 2nd drive of the contest today with 7 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Jamie Marin and his squad will be coming out on the field momentarily to get this one started. First play in their own territory, Spartans. They have a loaded backfield. Couple of misdirections. Coming up the left side is Brian Salento trying to cut an edge firing through some guys, getting down to around the 47-yard line before forward progress is stopped. And Immaculata gashes another deep run on Snyder, getting them close to midfield. First and 10 once again for the Spartans. Two running backs in the backfield. Direct snap to Spilly. Spilly goes out right, cuts to the outside, and he's going to get across midfield for about a 5-yard gain. Second and 6 for the Spartans. One receiver out left. Marin in the backfield with his two running backs. Direct snap on over to Spilly once again. Tries to spin out of it. He gets down to around the 46-yard line. The Spartans are going to have a 3rd and 5 coming up here. Spartans definitely running a bit more of a tempered offense in the second drive here. As you see the point I was making earlier in Snyder's drive, you can see that this is a multi-purpose field. That is the baseball field at Cave and Point. As Marin fakes the handoff to Spilly, goes to Salenta. Salenta drives out to the left side. He's down past the 30, cutting across, firing his way towards the 20, down towards the 10. And Salento's running through guys, looking like Cam Scatabo out there as he gets the Spartans another big first down and brings that in Snyder red zone territory. First and 10, direct snap to Spilly. Spilly going out towards the right side. He runs into Marin. He falls down around the 7-8 yard line. So despite running into his own quarterback on that play, he is still able to manage a 3 to 4 yard gain. As the clock continues to run here, we are well inside the latter half of this first quarter as Immaculata has kept this one on the ground and paced themselves down the field. Second and 7, Marin and Spilly alone in the backfield. Marin hands off to Salento. Salento drives left, cuts up the middle, inside the 5. Touchdown, Brian Salento. And he gets himself in the back of the end zone and gives the Spartans a second. Good smash there in by Salento, gives the Spartans a 13-0 lead pending the extra point by Mitch Carr. Clean snap, clean hold. And that one is up and good. Spartans lead 14-0 here at Cave and Point. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. We will be back with you momentarily here at kickoff for UCTV. Welcome back here on UCTV. As Mitch Carr sends this one away towards Snyder. A booming kick that flies all the way into the back of the end zone, and Snyder's going to have a touchback. Take this one clear on. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for Immaculata. Now they head back on defense as Snyder tries to capture some points on their second drive of the contest. First and 10 for Snyder at the 20-yard line. Bunch backfield, 2 receivers out left. That one's handed off wide, and Immaculata is all over that one. Big plays there for the Spartans. Brought down by a couple of them. That looked like Jaden Drake Murray and Vito Mark-Gleese on the stop. 2nd and 14 coming up for Snyder. And, oh, folks, I don't know if you can hear the wind in the, I don't know if you can hear the wind in my microphone, but it is, the temperature is quickly dropping here, let me tell you. We're going to have to start wearing the Joe Namath overcoat out here in a couple weeks. That one's passed off towards the right, breaks a couple tackles, and eventually is taken down there once again by number 22, Vito Mark-Gleese. Snyder is going to have a 3rd and 8 coming up here. As you can hear the Immaculata sideline telling him to watch the ball fortuitously, not to give him any free yardage. 2 receivers out left, 1 running back towards the left. Direct snap up the middle for the quarterback, finds some open space, jukes a Spartan player and a referee. It gets down past the 35-yard line, and that's going to be a Snyder first down. As our good sideline shots are brought to you by our very own Serafina Rosati. So we very much appreciate all her work, and coming into her 2nd year at UCTV, doing quite a fine job with these, panning camera shots. Provides another visual elements to the stream, and our new updated scoreboard, which I think is personally beautiful. You can thank me for that. That one sent over to the left side. Looks like a little bit of a tunnel screen, and that one doesn't work out for Snyder, and they're going to have 2nd and 10 coming up here. Looking at my weather app right now, it says Liberty State Park, 58 degrees. It feels like 52. They might have just been used to warm weather all summer, but it's feeling like 45, quite frankly. But the northeastern cold blood hasn't adapted yet to the cool fall nights just yet for me. So definitely running a little bit below pace on that one. But nonetheless, these guys are keeping warm, running around this field and staying active. 2nd and 10, man in motion. Jet sweep, cuts up the middle. Smacks through a couple guys, firing himself towards midfield. He's going to go down around the 43-yard line. 3rd and medium coming up. Snyder looking to get across midfield into Spartan territory for the first time tonight. Has a pretty decent chance here, 6 yards away. As they break from the huddle. Welcome back with us once again. The upload-download speed here is atrocious. I can't lie. I don't know what is going on, but like I said, just stay by your computers, folks. You're going to probably need to refresh a few more times tonight. But we are committed to bringing you all the action here at Cave Point for Immaculata Football. As we get down to the waning seconds of this first quarter, 2nd and 10 for Snyder. Bouncing it out towards the left side. And a school of Spartans is going to take them down the left side. And that, more likely than not, will bring us towards the end of the first quarter here. Looks like they hustle back on the ball, but they're not going to be running this one. That's going to be the end of the first quarter here. As you hear the sirens pan off. Immaculata 14, Snyder nothing. Second quarter coming up momentarily here on UCTV. Stay tuned with us.
That's good. That's even better. That's the way to do it. See? You see? Oh, okay, that's even better. Got more to go.
Welcome back to UCTV. 3rd and 9 coming up for Snyder. Rolling out right. Fakes the pass, keep going out right, thrown across the middle of the field. It looks like a toe tap catch. Still going to be short of the first down marker, but good catch there by Snyder. Across midfield, 4th and 2. Definitely a go for it situation here, especially for Snyder. They're going to be adamant to look for the hard count here. Fourth and 2, Snyder, 2 receivers out left, 1 out right. Direct quarterback snap. Multitude of Spartans taking it down and stuffing them way short of the line, and that's going to be a turnover. Immaculata is going to take over by way of turnover on downs. Great play there by the Spartan defense, stalwarting them around midfield, and now Immaculata is going to have a chance to really tack it on here early on in the second quarter, potentially give themselves a 3-score lead. 14-0 currently, 11 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Jamie Marin ready to lead his team once again. Third drive for the Spartans. They scored in their last 2 drives, the only 2 drives they had. So we're going to see if they can keep the streak going. Starting off with favorable field position here around the 42-yard line. We're going to see what they're able to make of this one, as it's Marin and Spilly alone in the backfield. Marin drops back, rolls out, throws him, got some man over the middle. Makes a quality completion there to his tight end, number 24, junior John McCabe. And Jamie Marin looking clean so far in the pocket, having plenty of time from his offensive line and delivering a strike over the middle to McCabe for the first down. First and 10 coming up for the Spartans once again in Snyder territory at the 41-yard line. Immaculata hasn't necessarily even needed to utilize the passing game so far just because they've been ground and pounding it so hard, but they get their first completion there as the direct snap to Spilly goes up the left side. And he shoots himself forward for another quality gain. Looks like it's about 7 to 8 yards. Second and short coming up. Through 3 games, we saw Spilly lead the state both in touchdowns and yardage. Had a little bit of a slower crawl to that number in the previous few games, but he's starting off pretty hot so far tonight with a touchdown and just gashing the Snyder defense so far on pretty big carries as Spilly goes up the middle again, tries to fight for extra yardage, and he's only going to get a couple on that one. And, you know, just as the announcement is adversarial to a Spilly carry. So, you know how it goes at home, folks. So. Welcome back with us, folks. I regret to inform you that the stream crashed out again at a very unfavorable time as Brian Salento went in for a 30-yard score. Immaculata is up 20-0. There's a whistle on that play as Mitch Carr sends it through the uprights, so we'll wait and see. Not too sure what the call was, but they're going to try this one again. So, since you weren't able to see what happened, I'll give a little bit of an explanation and maybe a little bit of a promo call after Mitch Carr attempts this one once again. Looking to go 3 for 3 on the night. As that one is sent clean through the uprights for the score. 21-0 Spartans lead. 9 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in this second quarter. So while we were away for unforeseen circumstances, Immaculata had Marin and Spilly in the backfield and Salento on that little behind that left tackle, little gun formation block side, and they were able to hand it off to Salento as he snuck through the back line and hit it up the right side, and pretty much had open daylight past the 25-yard line and waltzed in for the score for the Spartans. So that's how we quickly brought it up here to a 3-score lead, and now you are up to date with with what's going on now. The Spartans are going to get ready to kick this one away. Mitch Carr ready to send this one back deep. He kicks that one down the middle, fielded by Snyder. On the return, trying to go right, then left, cutting up the middle. Broke past a lot of Spartans, but eventually got caught up by quite a few of them. And they're going to take over around their 15-yard line. 16-yard line? We'll wait for the confirmation. But I will say, interesting dynamic between these two teams. Let's give you the tale of two teams. Last year, Immaculata was boasting a perfect record, and they went and played Snyder at home at Torpy Field, and Snyder beat them in what some could have considered an underdog defeat by Snyder. Snyder was able to defeat the Spartans for their first loss, and that was by way of their one of their highly touted recruits, who's no longer with Snyder anymore, DJ McClary. I believe he's at Rutgers now. But, you know, things change year by year, different team, and obviously, as we see so far, it seems like Immaculata definitely has the upper hand in this endeavor so far. 1st and 10. And Snyder does not go very far with that one at all. Immaculata is just dominating so far on all sides of the ball. And I will say the temperature has swayed it a little, but the wind just keeps getting a bit windier. Second and long. Welcome back with us, everybody, at UCTV. I apologize for the upteenth time in regards to our streaming quality tonight, but thankfully watching on YouTube makes it easy for you to just refresh. Believe me, it's none of your faults at home. It's our fault. I guess there's just not a lot of signal. I guess there's just not a ton of signal out here in Jersey City, one of the more densely populated areas of New Jersey, and quite frankly, just a stone's throw away from the concrete jungle, the Big Apple, New York City. You know, I can't say that I frequent the Jersey City, Hoboken area much for high school football anymore, but we're here tonight on that basis. And while you were away, Snyder was unable to get a first down, and they punted it away towards the Spartans. Wasn't a very good punt. That's why Immaculata is in a good field position here with this clock winding down. They're just inside the 20-yard line for the red zone. 2nd and 1 coming up, and if we've seen anything about the Spartan offense tonight, it looks like they're in good fortunes where they currently are. Marin Spilly in the backfield, direct snap to Spilly. Spilly up the gut. Spilly breaks open free inside the 5. And he gets down close towards the end zone, but there was a flag thrown, so we'll wait and see what that's all about. And that one's going to be called back. So it was holding on the Spartans, so back them up. They're going to go to 2nd and 11. Now, you might have been confused when you saw the ref throw that flag. Almost looked like he was throwing a challenge flag, like a coach's flag in the NFL, but that is in fact a pink flag, if you've noticed. The referees tonight have pink flags, pink whistles. And that's in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness. October is in fact Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so it's nice to see that the NJSIAA referees are continuing to honor the year-after-year tradition that makes football so special in honoring breast cancer in October. You don't see the NFL do that too much anymore, but that's because they've committed to a program called Crucial Catch, where they're dedicated to stopping all sorts of cancer. Now, obviously, it's a idea that's all well and good, and we obviously all agree with that, but you know, there was just something about growing up, you know, last 10, 15, 20 years, whatever you make of it, probably longer for some of you folks at home, and watching the NFL and seeing everyone decked out in all that pink, it, you know, really raised some sort of acute awareness in myself and millions of fans across the country. And it just means so much to people that have been affected by that terrible disease, specifically breast cancer, and you know, also in all other types. No, it's not like we all want to be bonded by it, but I'm sure most of us in some way or form have been affected by it, whether it's through a friend or a family member or anything else like that. So, you know, it's really nice to see causes be so adequately displayed, and also, you know, being around the game to know what it's all about. So, you know, love to see the commitment from them out there tonight. As fresh off a little bit of a break in the action, Immaculata's going to get ready to go once again here with a 2nd and 11. Pushed outside of the red zone. They're now at the 29-yard line. Marin Spilly and Drake Murray in the backfield. Ultimately ends up in Drake Murray's hands, and he gets down to around the 25-yard line for a few-yard gain. Immaculata's going to have 3rd and medium coming up, as we're under 6 minutes, the halfway point in the first half. Spilly and Drake Murray alongside Marin. Marin fakes the handoff, gets it to Salento. Salento tries to go up the right side. Now that was roughly the same play Salento scored on in the touchdown that we missed on the broadcast here. And Snyder wasn't fooled by it this time. 31-yard line. 4th and 8. 4th and 7 for the Spartans. Looks like they're going for it. Mitch Carr's got a leg on him, but I don't think 31 might be in his range tonight, especially with the wind. But Marin rolls out left. He fires himself towards the pylon. Welcome back to UCTV. Immaculata's threatening on the doorsteps of Snyder, and you've seen this one a few times before. They see Spilly puts this one in the back of the end zone for the Spartans. That gives them a 27-0 lead here in the second quarter. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. You see Spilly running off the sideline being greeted by some of his teammates there. for his second touchdown of the night. Mitch Carr's looking for his 4th extra point of the night. Clean snap, clean hold. Kick is up. That one's sent into the night sky off the Cave-In Point building. 28-0 Spartans lead. We'll be back with you here momentarily on UCTV. Welcome back to UCTV. Immaculata looks to kick it away towards Snyder once again. Snyder's going to field that one. The ball's loose on the ground, picked up by the Spartans. They have a free ride to the end zone, and Micah Smith still boating it inside. Hold on a second. I'm getting word that that might be considered on the ground. I don't know if I could believe that one, but we'll wait and see. We'll go back and rewind that one a couple seconds, folks. I got to go watch that one again. I mean, that's just a terrible call. Who's that down by? Is it Snyder's ball?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that is by far the worst call I have seen.
No, our ball.
Okay. Okay. All right. I was gonna say, but that also doesn't make sense. That also does not make sense at all. That is, I think, no, Snyder has the ball. For as loud as we've heard Coach Colombo all year, I'm surprised I did not hear him just going berserk. I mean, he is 70 yards down the field, but Coach Colombo is quite a vocal character. As you can see the shot there, he is speaking with the referee, and I quite frankly think Snyder just tried to get that one off because they know how egregious that call was. I mean, I don't even know what to say. That's unbelievable. That was as clear cut as a fumble as I have ever seen, and I'm sitting 80 yards away from what just happened. I mean, that is terrible. I'm very much trying to be professional in the booth here, but that is just the absolute worst call I have ever broadcasted live. Let me tell you that much. But I think there's a painful irony that exists in that happening, because I was just going on and on about commending them because I like that they're using the pink flags and all that stuff, which I still do, but my goodness. I mean, folks, if you haven't looked yet, go back and look at the kickoff return for Snyder. I don't even know what was called. I mean, if there was a flag on the play, sure. But not only was that not the case, it's somehow Snyder's ball. It's unbelievable. 3rd and 11 for Snyder, trying to throw out towards the left side. And that one sails out of bounds, and I guess ball doesn't lie. 4th and 11, Snyder, I believe, is going to kick that one away. I mean, I wish our stream was not being a little rude to us tonight, because that is, I mean, they stole a scoop and score touchdown from Micah Smith. Absolutely stolen. I mean, there's just no. I'm gonna figure out at halftime what was said, because I need to figure it out, because that was just unbelievable. That one's almost blocked too. Special teams has not been stellar for some. Welcome back for the upteenth time. I don't know if Rob Hellwig forgot to do an update on the pitch deck or not, or this is just bad connection. But I think we're gonna go restart the stream at halftime. Try to optimize our performance for you for the second half. But we'll do our very best. Didn't miss too much of the action. Just another long spilly carry, getting the Spartans down into pretty favorable territory around the inside the red zone. Just inside the red zone, as Almeida hands that one off to Drake Murray. Drake Murray's going to fight his way down towards the 15-yard line. If you didn't hear me before, new quarterback in for the Spartans, Bo Almeida, number 7, the senior quarterback. Trying to lead the Spartans down for a 5th score in this first half. I mean, no doubt, like I said, I don't know if we were able to hear this at home, but no doubt in my mind this game should already be 35-0. But we'll take a look, see what happens as Spilly reverses back. Gets down to around the 12-yard line. And eventually a flag is thrown. It's definitely going to be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm just not sure on who yet. There's a little bit of theatrics going on outside the camera after the play that you were unable to see. So we'll watch these officials meet and see what they're going to call it on. Looks like they're going to hit Immaculata with the unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to move them back.
Of the Snyder senior football players and cheerleaders,
Second and Somerset County for the Spartans. We got a long way to go here. As Almeida rolls out left, looking for a man, finds his man, Damian Mack, over to the left side, gets down to around the 12-yard line. We're just ticking down inside a minute as the Spartans are going to have a 3rd and medium coming up. Immaculata's going to call a timeout here, talk it over. And while they are doing that, we're going to get in our promo. The Unitas Caritas Foundation, preserving the proud Spartan tradition. Unitas Caritas Foundation was founded in 2018 by a group of proud Spartan alumni that was dedicated to helping improve the school through various capital improvements. Other ways of the school, and overall helping to provide you quality streaming service to all you folks at home that can't make the away games. So if you'd like to join, please go to www.unitascaritas.com, click and select the featured link, join the club. All it takes is a $19.66 donation to help keep the Spartan tradition alive. Now, don't get it twisted, folks. Not only does a UC membership grant you free access to home football games for the year and exclusive things that you can find out once you go on the website, But there is a free Spartan tumbler that is coming along with every new UC membership. And I'll tell you one thing, I got one of those tumblers, and they are quite nice. So I wouldn't miss out on that one. But it is 4th and 7. Immaculata has a field goal unit on. Mitch Carr on to attempt the 34-yarder from the left hash. Boots that one. And they said no good. I think he missed that one wide left. Rare miss for Money Mitch Carr. But there's no need to hang your head in shame, young man, as your team has a favorable lead going into the first half, 28-0. So with that, Spartans are going to take over. Excuse me, Snyder's going to take over, and they're going to have 25 seconds left to see if they can make something happen here. And they're not going to want to make anything happen either, as they're going to kneel this one out, and we're going to go to the half. Immaculata leads 28-0. A fantastic performance for the Spartans in this first half. Overall, great offensive play and defensive play as you hear the final sirens go off for the first half. They'll bring it back inside the booth here with myself. Good first half for the Spartans. Like we said, great offense and defense from both sides. And, you know, as we take a shot at the guys over there on the sideline, they're about to get ready to go into the locker room. You know, this has just been Immaculata's game so far. You know, Snyder's going to have to make some serious adjustments, both on the offensive and defensive side, to be competitive in this game. And it's just one of those things. We'll wait and see how that goes. But folks, don't go away. We're going to try and fix the stream. We might go down. It might say that we're not live anymore, but we'll be back live for the second half. Don't worry. But we're going to try to see if we can enhance our
Bite Review on UCTV.
All right, welcome back to UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. We have our One Bite Review live for you. Rob, I know you made an image, so I want to bring it up.
Yeah, if you could, you know.
You went through all this. You went through all this hard work.
We did. Nice intro. Hopefully there was volume on that thing, and
okay.
Everybody at home was able to see it.
All right. I probably shouldn't have uploaded it from here. I probably should have uploaded it from this way.
No, it's on the.
Well, it's not a P&P. All right. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. But Rob, in the meantime, why don't you tell everyone what we got here?
Yeah, so we, in keeping with the Newark theme, going back to Weequake, right? We had a burger review. We have a burger review. Actually, we're not in Newark. We're in Jersey City.
Jersey City.
But it's right next door. So we're going to bring you another One Bite review with a burger. I can feel already it is a lot warmer than those empanadas were last week. So
it makes a world of difference. I'll tell you that much.
Yep. So why don't you go first? And looks like we have is that a chicken sandwich? I thought it was a cheeseburger.
Rob, it is not a chicken sandwich.
That's a boy. This is going to be interesting. You're definitely going first, Jacob.
Right off the bat, this looks kind of like your mass-produced Cisco burger. But, I mean, what do you expect? Cave and Point. Been here. I've said this already on stream multiple times. I've been here more times than I care to admit. Never had the food, so... Oh, we got some lighting? Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so...
We need everything we can get to look good here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I need. I need a milk crate because you're like a foot and a half taller than me.
Yeah, so you take a zoom in here.
Oh, boy.
Cheese is not melted, but, we're not picky here. This is a high school football game, okay? We understand.
But I'm telling you, right? Am I right? That could pass almost... Zoom in there, Serafina. I think this could almost pass as like a chicken.
I'm gonna take a bite while you're doing that.
Patty. Look at that. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, here we go.
Okay, I took my first bite. Oh, man. No condiments is difficult.
This is au naturel, like nature intended.
Rob,
you need a water or something?
If I take a couple more bites, I might need a water before I pass out on this turf. I mean, look, there's some precedent set because we had a burger at Weequahic. Now, look, let me say something about the Weequahic burger. I think I gave it something. I think I gave it somewhere in like the 4 or 5 range. I'm not sure. It was cold. It was hard. Not really a lot of flavor. This, let me say it like this. One, the fact that it's warm and it's been sitting here the entire time while we were trying to fix the stream is a plus. Absolutely. So that's good. It's warm. It is pretty hard like a hockey puck, kind of like Weequahic. The bread is dry. I mean, I'm parched in the throat, I got to say. However,
leave something for me to describe, all right?
All right. All right. I don't want to be the negative Nancy over here, okay? But I will say though that the burger does have some sort of seasoning, has a little bit of flavor. The cheese isn't melted, but you can taste the cheese. So there are actually some positives to this, okay? I mean, for what it's worth and where we are, I would continue to finish this. I might just need a water by my side for my own safety. Rob?
What's the score? You give us a score?
Well, you wanted to give your opinion.
All right. Well,
so,
out of the bag, it was a little warm, but after that, I don't know, soliloquy there, we're running a little cool. All right, I'm not going to show it to you. I already saw it. I'm going in for the bite.
Yeah, of course.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
We got some press in the press box.
Yeah, we
here.
do. This is dry, man.
Dude,
this is dry. I'll tell you what, though, I'm really hungry. But this is.
I can't lie, it's got good flavor, but I mean, water is a must with this one. Did Bobby get this? Do we know the price? Because the price factor.
I don't know the price. I guarantee you it cost $20. I handed him $20, and I'm not getting anything back.
That's just the child tax, okay?
Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm serious. Like, it's hard to swallow this. I mean, it is dry as dry can be.
I hate to say, like, I want to like it because it has. I mean, it's way better than the Waquaic burger. I'll tell you that much. But I mean, at least the Waquaic burger, I didn't. This is equivalent to what is it? The Popeyes biscuit. That type of ordeal. I mean, all right.
Well,
so,
listen. I'm. Go ahead. Give us a number.
I just genuinely have to make sure I don't choke. Okay, so that's number one. Look, we went through the pros and the cons. Honestly, for a high school football burger, I think this will get a really good score, sans the potentialness of choking on the bun. Serafina is throwing up the 6-7 behind the camera, which is somewhat accurate.
Not a shot.
So it's somewhat accurate to the range that I would probably get in this one. I would probably have to say, I was also a little bit hungry, but quality burger would probably be up in like the high 6, low 7 range if it had some condiments maybe and it wasn't so dry. But I'm going to give this one a quality 6.2.
6.2. Well, Jacob, I am going to take a totally different tact on this. There are not enough condiments in the building over there to make this thing above a 4. I'm not kidding you. And listen, we always play around and joke. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
This is the first time, I think, in the history of the one bite challenge. There will be no more bites. This is going back in the package.
Wow.
And it's not good, people. It is not good. So
did you have the Waquaic burger?
Listen, it's getting.
You don't know.
It's getting a score, and it's only getting a score because it was warm. I still have the cold empanadas from last week on my mind. This right here, folks, only because it's warm, a 2-2.
Wow.
2-2. Not good.
Rob, you and me are usually always on the same page.
Yeah, we're pretty close. This was not.
We are.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to muscle down. The flavor to me was not good, and it's still leaving some sort of twang in my mouth. So 2-2, and that's generous here at Cave-In Point.
Well, we have certainly crossed the Rubicon on trying to decipher numbers and what we think is accurate. So, I mean, look, believe who you want to believe. I'm just saying, I'm a more seasoned veteran in this ordeal. I do believe that's a fair score. And quite frankly, if I was a bit more ambitious to take the first couple bites and didn't realize how dry it was, and then I started choking live on air, it definitely would have been down to a 2. But definitely had a lot more flavor than the Waquaic burger. Yep. So if you could palate this and swish it down with some water, it's a good enough score. If you're hungry enough, I would buy it. That's all I would say.
Well, Jacob, I'm going to get running here.
Yeah.
I got some tech to attend to.
Yep.
It was
Always
a pleasure. Thank you for letting me in the booth, and I may just reappear a little later. You might need some help and something to talk about,
yes.
I think. So,
yes.
All right, folks. Jacob.
I think the most important thing is that the stream stayed up the whole time.
It did. And we did a little work. You might get you might actually get an instant replay in the second half here.
All right.
So let's see what we can do for you, folks. And thanks again, Jacob, for all you do. We appreciate it.
Well, that about does it for our One Bite review.
Bite review on UCTV.
And yeah, Rob's got a beautiful
One Bite review.
Beautiful little thing on set with the intro to that. So that was super nice. And I mean, he didn't even want to finish it. And quite frankly, for safety concerns, that's probably not the worst idea. But, you know, I can handle my food. I don't think salt is too spicy. So, you know, it's all well and good here. We're about a few minutes away from kickoff here in the second half. 28-0 Spartans lead. We'll be back with you momentarily here on UCTV.
Immaculata to kick off. Start the second half.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. My name is Jacob Schmidt, and I'm in great spirits right now. I just coming off the backs of the One Bite review that we had here in the booth, joined alongside my colleague Rob Hellwig. Hope you all appreciated that at home. As we get started off in this third quarter, Snyder is going to start first on the offensive possession. Now, for those of you that didn't tune in time, you just go back a few minutes. You can see our prolific one-bite review with Rob Hellwig and I. We did the Caven Point Burger. I got a cheeseburger. I don't remember exactly what my score was at Wequahic, but, I mean, it was cold. I don't think it had cheese. It was hard. It had no flavor. It was a 4 or 5, something like that. This burger, on the other hand, was definitely one of quite uniqueness. As Snyder hands it off, tries to break it to the outside, and they're going to get a couple yards there. Look, it was warm, which, especially on a very much colder night like this, is very important. But one of the things that you got to understand is that you have to understand your situation. You have to know your role. You just got to know where you are. Look, this isn't Carbone. This isn't Fort Charles Prime Rib. You know, you got to understand where you are. This is a high school football game just outside the Hudson River. Okay, you know, it's probably a Cisco burger. It's probably one they import all around the country. I don't know what else there is much to expect. That one's thrown short, incomplete. Third down coming up for Snyder. So you just got to know your personnel. You got to know the role. I mean, we're well aware of that. So, look, it was warm. We'll take that. It had some good flavor, had some good seasoning, like you wanted to eat it. I didn't even need condiments. You know, I could have eaten that without condiments. So, I mean, that's what's important. But, yeah, I mean, it was unbelievably dry. I was genuinely, I did not have a water by my side. I was genuinely worried if I was talking and eating that there would have been one of the last breaths out of my windpipe. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but it was just unbelievable. And what's equally as unbelievable is Immaculata making another beautiful stop there, deep in Snyder territory. 4th and 13 coming up for them, and they're going to have to punt this one away. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I almost wanted to give it a higher score. I almost wanted to get into the 7 range, but I was feeling the pressure. Rob went a completely different direction, got a 2. I feel like if we stacked the Wequahic burger side by side, he would have changed his tune. And I honestly don't even remember what I gave the empanada, but that was just such a unique thing that you see at a game that I really appreciated having that. As I don't know if that was blocked by the Spartans, but didn't go very far. And Immaculata is going to take over with favorable territory. We are not in running clock range just yet. Ironically, I think it has to be 5 scores, so 35-0, give or take, which Immaculata most definitely should have had. But for whatever reason, they got ruled down. I was speaking at halftime with some of the coaches and those who were closer to the play, and what I was informed was that during that Micah Smith return touchdown that was taken back. As speaking of which, Desir Spilly putting the Spartans up 34-0. Easy score there for Spilly. The instant replay works. Let's take a look at it. Spilly just went right up the left side. Good seal-out blocks, and he was off to the races. Great play there by Spilly. Spilly's number 3 on the night. As Mitch Carr comes on to attempt his 5th extra point of the night. And the clock is running now. Snyder jumped offsides. Still doesn't matter as Mitch Carr gets the kickoff. Oh, actually, they call a false start on the Spartans. So it looks like they're going to have to try and re-attempt this kick. Mitch Carr is going to set up once again. And that one is good. And that puts the Spartans up 35-0. 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this third quarter. We'll be back with you momentarily here on UCTV. Welcome back to UCTV. And to no one's surprise, Immaculata is kicking off once again to Snyder. And that one just goes out of bounds in the end zone. And Snyder's ready to take over. Barring a very late game, basically giveaway touchdown last week against Hudson Catholic, the Spartans have pretty much outscored their opponent so far in the last 6.5 quarters by the tune of 78-0. Let me get the official number. 49. Okay, so 59, 69, 79. 84-6. The Spartans have led in the last 6 quarters. And I mean, whether you consider that to be a testament of playing different caliber of teams that they played earlier in the season, or the fact that Immaculata has really just gelled together and figured everything out, is up to the viewer discretion, I would say. As Snyder takes that one for a few-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up. Running clock is on and in effect. We'll take a brief look at their schedule for the rest of the season. Next Friday, they are home at Torpy, Lincoln. I believe that maybe is senior night, if I recall correctly. And then after that, their final home away game of the year is, it says October 24th, but I've recently been informed that the game at Westside is going to be on Saturday, October 25th at 9 a.m. At Shabazz Stadium. So we'll keep you up with all those updates on UCTV. As Snyder gets dropped down for a loss, they're going to have 3rd and long coming up. I mean, There's a quarter and a half left, 18 minutes. The running clock is on. I don't want to be disingenuous or disrespectful and say it's pretty much almost merely a coronation at this point for the Spartan team. But Snyder has just not shown any glimpses of getting things done so far. And, you know, as the rest of this game goes by, we'll see. But Snyder has, I think, hardly gotten past midfield for only a few plays this entire time. As they roll out right, try to fire a pass over the right side. That one is incomplete. They're going to have 4th and 8 coming up deep in their own territory. Micah Smith is going to be back deep to receive for the Spartans. Snyder's going to get ready to punt this one away. And that one is hit off some sort of player. I'm not exactly sure who. I think that might have been off a Spartans player. We'll take that. Take a look at that again. See if that gets added as a blocked punt. We'll take a look at this one again here. They pretty easily shoot up the middle, and that was definitely off a Spartan. It could have been off Vito Margulies, I believe. Not sure, but I mean, nonetheless, Spartans starting great territory once again. And they're just going to look on to pile on the points. That's pretty much all you can do in this game. You know, it's there's more or less plenty of football left to be played, so you just got to keep running the ball and seeing what goes on. As Almeida's still in at quarterback, Spilly alongside him, Quinn Hayden, flanked out wide right. Almeida's going to hand that off to Salento. Salento's going to go down the right side. He's breaking one inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Immaculata. And Immaculata is just pouring it on here tonight. Take a look at that one again. Salento stays a little bit patient behind the line, finds his open space, and just runs right into the end zone, effectively untouched. Quite frankly, if none of these players had numbers on their backs or there was no other discernible features about them, you could tell if Brian Salento was running the ball every time, because he's just got a very candid and a signature type of run style with him. He tucks that ball high and tight, and you know that's pretty much every coach's dream there. Keeping it high and tight, protecting the ball. So props on Salento for getting into the end zone multiple times tonight. And props to Mitch Carr for being perfect on his extra points. 6 for 6 on the night, and the Spartans go up 42-0 here in the third quarter. 2 minutes and 35 seconds and counting, because we have a running clock. And we'll be back with you momentarily here on UCTV, awaiting the kickoff. Welcome back to UCTV as Mitch Carr kicks that one off for the 18th time tonight, and Snyder's going on the return, running up the middle, breaking through a couple tackles. A decent return for Snyder as they get that one down to around the 28-yard line. About a minute and 20 seconds left in counting. And looks like we may have, quite frankly, I think it was one of our first minor injuries of the night. Surprising to see. This game's gone by relatively quickly unscathed without any major errors except missing a blatant touchdown call for Micah Smith. But that's besides the point because in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Immaculata handily taking advantage of this game, and it is merely just a coronation walk to get through this last quarter. But with that being said, I've got another fine gentleman here in the booth with me. Welcome back, Rob. How are we doing?
Very good. Your bar is low for fine gentlemen.
Rob, look, I mean, I'm just trying to prop you up to the crowd and the viewers at home. So
you're the best.
Yeah, I'm not being patronizing, and you don't have to show your exquisite humbleness. We all know how hard you work, and how much work you do. You're like an offensive lineman, right? You deserve so much of the credit, but it's all about the running back at the end of the day.
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, there's a great team of linemen that I work with here. You being one of them. The dads that step up here that unload that trailer, load it back up, help get stuff set up. Without them, I mean, none of this goes off, and there's just a tremendous amount that goes into this. So thank you to all of them. And thankfully tonight, other than the stream, everything else was really good. We apologize to those of you at home, but I think we've rectified the situation. And a lot of times when you're in the middle of a live broadcast, you have to make a decision. Do we shut the whole thing down and take 5 or 10 minutes to get it back up, or do we just continue to go with what we got? And that was a choice we made. And during halftime, rebooted, and I think we got all the gremlins out here for the second half. So. Of course, we cannot do a one-bite review with a half-hearted stream, right? So we got that figured out, and thank you for sticking with us at home here at Cave and Point, coming to you live.
Very well said, Rob. I know the main focal point of people tuning in is to watch some football. But as we've seen with Immaculata the last 2 weeks, they've now completed 7 quarters of football, and they have outscored their opponents 91-6 in the last 7 quarters. I mean,
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, quite frankly, whether you want to call the last 6 points of last week's game whatnot, then they're almost pitching a shutout through 2 games.
Yep.
As Snyder had some chance to make something happen there and just overthrew their slot receiver out there. And Rob's got some statistics to tend to briefly real quick, but it is a 2nd and 3rd and 10 coming up for Snyder. And we are, in fact, on the running clock, and I am pretty confident we will stay so. So we should be seeing a prompt wrap-up of this game before 9 o'clock, which is quite surprising. We've had games go by this year that were up close to 4 hours, and we might have games that are like 2 hours.
Oh, there were some brutal ones this year. Absolutely brutal.
Well, it's just like they say, the law of averages, okay? The law of averages says that over a certain course of time, things will work itself out to be, kind of in unison. So for every 4-hour game, there's a 2-hour game, and it really should be around a 3-hour game, give or take. So, that's just how it is.
Yeah, this running clock's nice, though.
Oh, yeah. especially on an away game, Friday night, chilly. You got pizza waiting after the game. I mean, what else is he gonna say? Rob, I mean, I know
we do. Let's hope the game doesn't get too far ahead of the pizza, though.
Oh no!
I hope somebody's keeping them apprised of our situation here.
Rob, I think you need to hop off the mic and tell him. I think you need to tell him to rush call those pies in the oven.
Work some of the legit here. I'll send a text. The text is going out to the controlling party on that.
Oh man, it's one thing waiting for the buses back at home base, right? That's something you can manage. It is what it is. All right, no problem. But when you're trying to leave a joint and you got the food waiting,
yeah,
I mean,
it's not good.
Oh man. So we'll see. But This is why we got the brightest minds in the industry working here. Got to make sure we're attacking from all angles. As Snyder rolls out right, evades a couple Spartans, steps up in the pocket, going for a run. And Jacob Schmidt puts on a hit spear there. And my goodness, that one is well worth a replay. Let's take a look at that one again. Stepping up in the pocket. Micah Smith sees his man, steps up, evades a guy, and just puts on the hit stick right there.
That was nice.
You'll see that one on the huddle later, ladies and gentlemen. Second and 5 coming up for Snyder. We're tailing in to about 8.5 minutes in this fourth quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out left. Man in motion, they're going to try the jet sweep.
Oh, what a play.
And Immaculata has been all over the ball tonight and is just going absolutely ham on their opponents these last 2 weeks.
57 with a great play.
Will Beckford, the sophomore, stepping in for the Spartans.
Son of Will Beckford from Grind Time, who does a phenomenal job training and getting these kids in shape. It's great to see his son out there now contributing. Great athlete in his own right, just like his dad, who played over at Rutgers, and I believe had a stint in the NFL as well.
Well, that's just one of those things. Immaculata is getting some early rest for their starters for the second week in a row, and that second level of Spartans getting some quality varsity action, and they're just wreaking havoc as that one's thrown over.
And that's going to be picked off. Fumbled, picked off, and
I'm not sure what the call is, but they're going to allow it to run through.
It's an interception with a fumble.
Quinn Hayden's still in, despite the rest of the team in, and Quinn Hayden is making man's
some
move.
daylight.
And he's just going to pretty much give himself up there around the 50-yard line, but
looks like we picked up a penalty in the
and some theatrics.
There, there's been a little bit of theatrics here. They kind of died down, but
obviously there's a fair amount of frustration that is boiling in from a game like this, which is reasonable.
And there'll be no replay. That play took way too long to develop. We only have a 15-second clip. But I think the interception will stand. It's just a question of what that penalty does to the marking of the ball.
Well, nonetheless, you talk about parents helping out on all four fronts of the logistics here, and I know Mr. Brian Hayden over there that works the stats for the Spartans each game is happy to tally a 1 in the interception column for his son Quinn Hayden. So,
And I don't want to leave out the mothers. There's a great group of mothers here that help out as well, do a lot of the preparation for the food and some of the travel stuff, so thank you to them as well. We appreciate all the volunteers here. We have Mr. Helmstetter here, Bill Helmstetter. His son is in there getting some action, number 61. Bill's an alum. I'm not going to give his class. Probably wouldn't want me to, but he's here on the sideline as well, contributing with the technology. So we thank him as well.
Rob, I don't know if you've reached that point yet, but I certainly loathe the day where I feel indifferent about displaying my my graduating class to people. It's silly for me to say because I only graduated in 2019, but I'm saying that to some of our student volunteers,
right?
That are working with us, and they're telling me I'm old, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right. I mean, 2019. It's not like it's 1993. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine. I say this time and time again, but it's like, especially with senior night coming up next week. We did a promotion with some of the seniors last year and just asked them about Immaculata. Message to the seniors this year. That's an interesting video I'm going to go back and look at later. But, not only from them, but from everybody else that's ever graduated or ever done anything, the main consensus is always, enjoy every moment while it lasts, soak it in, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, like, look, I think one of the fascinating things about life is no matter how present you are in a moment or how much you want to learn everything, it after the fact, you still wish you, like, relished it more. I woke up every day in high school and I was like, oh, these are the years, like, this is the time. Same thing in college, and it's like now we're here and everyone talks about the glory days and yada yada, and it's like I still wish I wish I was there in this, but it's like, I thought about it in the moment. It's just inevitable. So I think that's just one of the interesting things about life is that, what is it? Reminiscing is always is never something you can subdue in the present, I think is the saying, but it's very interesting. But, happy to have enjoyed my time, and, happy everybody here is able to enjoy their time.
Yeah, and it's great to see so many alumni come back to help out. I mean, I think there's really something to be said about the relationships, the camaraderie, and again, some theatrics here in the midfield. You can't see it on your screen, but yeah, I mean, it's a special place, and I think, you have to be here to experience it. But we have some great stuff lined up for next week for senior. I think we're going to try and do something similar to what we did years past. Maybe even get a couple parents in here with you, Jacob. I think would be a nice touch. So stay tuned for next week. Don't leave. Of course, we'll have a halftime one-bite review, which, quite frankly, I have to say, we got some pretty good stuff going on there at Torpy Field, Jacob. So that's one bite I'm going to look forward to doing.
Is that right? We got a little bit of crudité or hors d'oeuvres coming along for next week.
Well, I don't know. Listen, I mean, we have it depends on the week, but there's different purveyors that come in and help us out. One of which is Chick-fil-A, which I believe will be in the house next week. So, listen, everybody looks forward to.
Well, that's a good thing because
sinking into it.
That's a good thing because during the last home contest when I did the Chick-fil-A review, I relentlessly shilled being able to get Chick-fil-A on a Friday night at Torpy Field because I was like, Chick-fil-A, what do you want to do? Drive all the way to, if you live in the Somerset County area, what do you want to do? Drive all the way to Flemington for a sandwich?
Yeah,
no, just pop on over to Torpy.
It's like Flemington or Edison, I think, are the two closest.
Yeah. I mean,
well, listen, Jacob, I just hope that my palate is cleansed of this burger by the time next week's one bite review happens, because I mean listen, I know I was harsh at 2-2, but I mean this thing's clinging on worse than a cigar does, Jacob.
No, I mean, look, it's a totally fair point, fair consensus. I mean, I said it right off the bat too, so you knew what you were in for.
Yep.
I was genuinely surprised that I felt like I had a gasp for air almost. But honestly, I did give it a more favorable review because it did have decent flavor. And I have to say, I don't know if you had the Waquaic burger, but not on top of it being pretty much ice cold when I had it, there was no cheese, and it was also hockey puckish, and it had no like spices. So
I didn't do the Waquaic burger. I caught a lot of flack though for coming in at an 8-4 on the empanada. So I could not have any mercy on this thing. I mean, listen, there wasn't a shred of goodness to be had on that thing, but I felt like I had to get my street cred back on this one. So 2-2, the double deuce it was.
I don't know, Rob. I thought they always taught in school that 2 wrongs doesn't make a right, but here we are. But hey, that's why we live. That's why we live in this country, America. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of opinion. And hey, man, if you wanna grace your opinions on subpar food across the airwaves, then so be it. Is your rights.
Bo Almeida on the carry there, another son of alumni, Matt Almeida.
I think even someone that's been with Immaculata over the years, when I went to school, there was a ton of kids ton of my classmates that had moms, dads, aunts, uncles, cousins go to the school, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But, sometimes you really don't realize how big the fostering connection is over the generations.
All right, Jacob, I'm going to head out. We're going to start wrapping stuff up. But, again, thank you for all you do. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week, senior night. We're going to have a lot of the presentation of the seniors and a lot of different neat things, hopefully, for you. So make sure you tune in. And I'm going to exit stage left here and let the professional take you home. Thank you, Jacob.
Sounds all good here. Appreciate that very much from you, Rob. And speaking of the professional, number 7, Bo Almeida, finishes this game off tonight with a knee. That's going to be our final here tonight at Caven Point in Jersey City, New Jersey. 42-0, Immaculata wins. 91 points scored in the last 2 games. And Immaculata improves to 5-2 on the season. Snyder falls to an even record at 3-3. And that just about does it here for us on UCTV. We'll get through some of our ad runs. I was dealing with a lot of stuff today, I can't lie. And I neglected to give a shout out to our boy, number 22, Vito Mark-Gleese. Called his name a few times in his defensive play today, but USA Football Heart of a Giant, sponsored by the HSS and the New York Giants. Vito Mark-Gleese is a 2025 nominee. Finalists receive $1,000 equipment grants for the school, and grand prize winners receive $10,000 equipment grant for the school. So not only would your vote mean helping out the Immaculata program potentially immensely, but also inspiring greatness on and off the field for our very own Vito. So, if you could be a Heart of a Giant, go on over to www.usafootball.com/heartofagiant and cast your vote. Voting ends October 12th, 2025. That is Sunday. So you got till the end of this weekend to shoot our boy Vito a vote, all right? And if you don't want to visit the website, the QR code there in the bottom right is just as easily accessible to go and vote for him. As we see Immaculata celebrating on the sidelines there. We're going to bring it back in the booth here one more time tonight here on UCTV. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us here. Please join us back next Friday for senior night. Like Rob said, senior night here next Friday at Torpy Field, 7 o'clock as your 5-2 Spartans take on Lincoln. And also, make sure to hit up the Unitas Caritas Foundation, www.unitascaritas.com. Click and select the featured link. Join the club. All it takes is $19.66 donation to help keep the Spartan tradition alive. And remember, for a limited time only, while you go to join the UC membership, a free tumbler comes with that. So make sure you check out that website at the bottom or scan the QR code on the picture on the screen. So that does it here for us on UCTV, presented by Unitas Caritas. My name is Jacob Schmidt, your play-by-play analyst tonight for UCTV. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you that join with us and bear with us through the technical difficulties throughout the week. And I'll come and see you next Friday, all right? So take care, everybody. Join up. Appreciate it. God bless. Have a good night.